self-doubt at times, and then at times integrity. Because I actually believed in these people. Like, I'm negative? Okay, I can be. But wait a second. Everyone can be negative. Everyone can be sad or mad or mean sometimes. Because the world's not always rainbows. But wait a second. No one has ever given me that right through their actions. That, dang, I can't cry sometimes. I can't be sad. I can't be mad. If I say something out of anger or I sound mean, I can't get understanding. I have never been given any mercy from these people. And if I have, from one person, they ended up just like them. And again, I don't blame these people. You're only doing and acting out as you're designed. But everyone has a soul. It has been given instinct and integrity and dignity. No one wanted to walk in those things. Logically speaking, no one wanted to walk in the Spirit. Because if you truly did, you would see me. You would truly see me. And why I do the things that I do. And why I'm treated the way that I'm treated. You could have been the one to tell me when I couldn't see. Or I did not understand those things. And I looked upon these people for guidance. And I believed in what they would say, whether it was criticism or not. When I loved them, though they treated me harshly. Though I've been through those things, it has not destroyed my heart. How I care, how I love to give, it has not taken that away. But it has given me so much knowledge, good and evil. And now I know, and I can't go back from that. Now I know. I can't stop it. I can't stop what I know, what I've seen. I can't erase it. Now, I am not naive. I've never really been, unless I've chosen. That's the only thing. Once you're awake, you can't hide it. You can't hide it from you. You can't hide it from the people. And even if you try on the surface, your spirit will tell on you. But you gotta put a little bit of spirit in it. You gotta have so much sincerity when you do it. You gotta mean it. And I'm doing something without meaning because I truly don't love it. I truly know the truth of it. They're going to sense it. Because again, we're all spirits, whether we want to speak on it. You always speak upon those things, but never give credit to it. Since something's wrong with you. Yeah. It's not you, it's your spirit. Because I ain't said nothing. I have not physically shown you. But you sense it, right? In your spirit, it's not settled. But in theirs, that's just who they is. They're just a quiet person. Even though they're not indulging. People don't sense it from them. And it's the truth. I can't deny it. You're right. You got me. I don't belong. There's someone among you that don't belong. How can you tell? You will. And that's how you see it. That's how people can tell. Fruit of the Spirit. See, people try to blend in physically. But you will always spot the one that is different through their spirit. In this world, you will have trouble. Stay strong. Keep going. Though, keep going. Because Jesus has overcome the world. You will have trouble. There it is. God will allow things to happen to you. Even you will allow things to happen to you. Things were meant to. People are hated for the truth. People are put away for exposing the wicked deeds. People don't like it. So people won't like you. And what could they do to prevent you from exposing them? They'll prison you, put you away. Whether that be in an actual cell that you can see, or it will be in a room alone. Or they will crucify you. Or they'll behead you. They will make you a mockery and say all these things about you to twist it around and make you the bad guy. And you're going to see how everyone that they tell these things to, whoever they may be, none of those people ever come to help you or say, free her, free him. No one ever does because it never was done. By the hands of them. Is it was meant for them not to. It was meant for God to be the only one that could save you. I am 28 years old in the flesh. And I must have to change. Everyone needs improvement sometime, right? But God said, no. You, out of the world, don't need to change. It's through you that the world will see. It is through who you are, what you do, what you see, that will help the world know, to see. You don't change, just as you know. Don't let them tell you any different, because they will. They will say all of those things. You'll never do this, or you'll never do that. You can't be this, or you can't be that. Even though they will show you through their actions and not choose you, you'll be the last to be picked. Even though they isolate you and they punish you for years, though you've never disrespected them, they will hate you like you have actually harmed them. They will talk about you to strangers that never even met you. They will be bold enough to tell people about you and try to change their perception about you when before they could ever get to know you. That will happen. It has happened. So there's no lie in it. So if I read these things now that I'm 28 years old, I say, it's the truth. I'm not alone. I've never been alone. I've always had God, and this black sheep, this meanie, this negative person, this blah, blah, blah. I have not shown my wrath to any of these people. These hypocrites. Because that's just what you are if the shoe fits. Let me tell you this. I have not shown my wrath to the ones that have raised their hand up against me. I have not showed any of it. Instead, I've always been open and willing and hopeful and believing in these people. The main ones that went up against me and never actually got to know me, never really had a conversation with me, were the main ones that have done these things. I mean, they're out in the world, you know. Enemies are out in the world. But you have them in this home that you living in among them. I have no choice but to say it's true. That blood ain't thicker than water. And hold on, this is my story, not yours. Whereas your story might be, you are one of them in the world. So blood might be thicker than water. Because they accept you. Because you are of them. But they don't accept me. Because I am not of them. And that is my story. That is my testimony. So let's not get it twisted. If the shoe fit, wear it. No one should take offense. Generally. Because if you didn't say anything then, shouldn't have nothing to say now. When people actually don't have the right to do something, didn't seem like anyone stopped them. Now that a person has a right to do something, everyone wants to stop it. No one should ever have the right to abuse a child in any sort of way and it be unjust and no one could ever justify it. Like, why do you treat this child like the way you do? Why do you talk about the child the way you do? There's nothing. No one stops you. You've just been able to do it, and you've done it. But now that a person has the right to tell their story, their own home, that they pay the rent, pay food, pay all of it, they shouldn't. It's just the worst thing. Oh my God, I should let this go. What's the point? It ain't gonna come to nothing. Listen, that's the devil speaking. What do you mean this is not gonna come to nothing? So what's the point of me speaking on it? Do you not believe? Because let me tell you, Satan believes. He has no choice to. Who you think gives him this power? But he fools you. And thinking ain't no God. Or God is dead. Get behind me, Satan. It's already done. Only a few is walking in this. Again, I'm no better than you. I was just like you. I was dead in my sin. I was walking by the flesh. Though I stood in strength most of the time, I still fell short. Though I have integrity, I still made choices against it. But I've always strived to be who I am. That's the thing, I actually strive to be who I am. And though I've been criticized for it again and again, I still choose me. So age really has nothing to do with it, you know. It doesn't take you to be 30 or 40 to start changing your ways. You can change your ways at 16, 18, 20, 24, 28. Age doesn't make or break anything. In the spirit, but in the flesh, yeah, it do. There's expectations for you. There's deadlines and guidelines. Restrictions. In the flesh, everything is temporary. That's the way it's created. The evolution of the human. When it's time to progress or evolve in the spirit, narrows the gate and only a few go through. And you understand why that stands to be true. Because it ain't easy to walk in the spirit. Though it should be. But you are prosecuted for it, that is true. And it should be easy to know that you'll die for your life. You'll die to keep your soul, right? That shouldn't be hard. But people don't use their integrity and what they've been given. Because if you used it, then you would know that, well, I'm not going to go against who I am. That's it. So you can do whatever you want to me. But I would not surrender to anything less than it. To conform to the world, to the worldly standards, to bow down to a man or a statue, to allow someone that is no better than me just somebody that is unruly. And them tell me to follow them. And if I don't, then I'll be in the fire. Will burn me then. So I be burned in the fire and see that God will free me from it. See what I have gained for not choosing them.